Hi, this is Laura again. Today, I want to address some of the recent changes that the Minnesota Department of Education has made in the state's planned curriculum in the 2024-2025 school year. The Minnesota Department of Education has recently implemented a series of changes within the education system that have raised concern among conservative stakeholders. These changes include new policies, curriculum alterations, and administrative decisions that are perceived as undermining traditional values and educational standards. In this analysis, we will examine these changes from a conservative standpoint, highlighting the potential consequences for students, teachers, and the overall quality of education in Minnesota. We will also propose alternative approaches that align with conservative principles and values. One of the key issues that conservatives have raised about the recent changes in Minnesota's education system is the introduction of policies that promote a politicized agenda over academic achievement. For example, the Department of Education has adopted guidelines that prioritize social justice and diversity education over core academic subjects such as math and science. This shift has led to concerns that students are not receiving a well-rounded education that prepares them for success in college and the workforce. Additionally, the Department of Education has implemented curriculum alterations that promote a progressive ideology at the expense of traditional values. For instance, there have been reports of textbooks and teaching materials that present a biased view of American history, downplaying the contributions of key figures and events that have shaped the nation. This has raised concerns that students are being indoctrinated with a one-sided narrative that fosters divisiveness and erodes a shared sense of national identity. Another area of concern for conservatives is the increasing role of administrative decisions in shaping education policy. The Department of Education has centralized control over curriculum development and assessment practices, limiting the autonomy of local school districts and teachers. This top-down approach has led to a lack of flexibility and innovation in the classroom, hindering the ability of educators to tailor instruction to the needs of their students. Furthermore, the Department of Education has implemented policies that prioritize equity and inclusivity at the expense of academic excellence. For example, there have been calls to lower academic standards in order to close achievement gaps between different student groups. While the intention may be to promote fairness and equality, conservatives argue that lowering standards ultimately hurts all students by devaluing the importance of hard work and merit. All of these changes are going on while the parents are screaming to make changes in the education system to improve the education for their kids. None of these changes improve the education for our kids. They only provide more indoctrination courses and programs to radicalize your kids, not educate them. This is an example of what more dollars are doing to our education system. Parents have approved more funding for education, hoping that it would result in better education for their children, yet the result continues to be a declining education for our children. In light of these concerns, conservatives have proposed alternative approaches to education policy that align with their principles and values. One potential solution is to focus on promoting academic excellence through rigorous standards and accountability measures. By setting high expectations for all students and holding schools accountable for their performance, we can ensure that every child has the opportunity to excel and reach their full potential. Additionally, conservatives advocate for greater parental choice and involvement in education. By expanding school choice options such as charter schools, private schools, and homeschooling, parents can have more control over their children's education and choose the best fit for their individual needs. Empowering parents with the ability to make informed decisions about their children's education can lead to better outcomes and increased satisfaction with the system. Passing school choice will give parents control over where their children are educated. More funding is not the answer. The answer is to allow parents to choose the education institution that best serves their needs by establishing a school choice program. Another alternative approach is to promote traditional values and civic education in the classroom. By emphasizing the importance of patriotism, respect for authority, and a strong work ethic, we can instill in students the values that have been the foundation of our society for generations. Teaching core subjects such as American history and civics with a balanced and unbiased perspective can help students develop a deeper understanding and appreciation for their country and its founding principles. In conclusion, the recent changes implemented by the Minnesota Department of Education have raised concerns among conservatives about the direction of the education system. By prioritizing a politicized agenda, promoting a progressive ideology, and centralizing administrative control, the Department of Education is undermining the quality of education for all students. Alternative approaches that focus on academic excellence, parental choice, and traditional values offer a way forward that aligns with conservative principles and values. It is crucial that we continue to advocate for policies that prioritize the best interests of students, teachers, and the future of education in Minnesota. I hope this gives you a better idea of what is happening in our educational system today. To study more about the top cultural and biblical issues of today, watch some of our other videos. Nehemiah Reset's mission is to assist Christians in developing a biblical worldview as it pertains to relevant cultural and biblical issues. We seek to inform Christ's followers, equip them, and mobilize them into action to vote for their biblical values and to actively engage the culture. We are also committed to help Christians and non-believers develop a better biblical view. Nehemiah Reset produces videos and ebooks to assist members of the church in developing a biblical worldview when it comes to cultural issues. We produce videos on key topics like public school indoctrination, the woke agenda, sex education equity and inclusion, climate change, immigration, religious freedom, and much, much more. To learn more about Nehemiah Reset or to watch some of our videos about the culture and to build your biblical worldview, go to our website at nehemiahreset.org or our rumble.com channel. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
Compliant with local, state, and national laws. 9. There would be less duplication in the national system. There are hundreds of different agreements that exist right now in the U.S. educational system between individual states, school districts, and the Department of Education. Each one has a different value assigned to it as well. That means there are multiple bureaucrats who are sending paperwork back and forth to help manage the system. Numerous processes are duplicated with this effort. By ending the duplication in the centralized system, taxpayers could save billions of dollars each year in meaningless labor. It would also make each state answerable to their voters for their spending habits. When each community would need to be accountable for every dollar they spend on education, there would likely be much more wisdom in the transactions. 10. It would add more diversity to the American educational experience. The educational system in the United States is already one of the most diverse in the world. Students from around the globe have access to an almost unlimited number of choices on what and where they can study. Families can move to different communities and still enroll their children in a local school. There are online and homeschooling options to consider throughout the country as well. This diversification would increase when abolishing the Department of Education because each state could set priorities individually. That means families could avoid spending money on educational items that they feel are not appropriate for themselves or their children. People would have more opportunities to broaden their knowledge base in any field to enhance their future career opportunities. 11. It could reduce student stress in the classroom. For the students who want to do well with their educational experience, standardized testing can cause high levels of stress. It is such a common problem that some of the testing materials that teachers receive include instructions on what should be done if a student vomits on their exam. Even the most intelligent students in the classroom can feel the grip of anxiety because there is so much pressure to perform in the modern learning environment. Although getting rid of the Department of Education is not a guarantee that improvements will happen, it could be a step in the right direction. Although testing may be stressful for some students, The DOE advises, testing is a normal and expected way of assessing what students have learned.
Thank you for watching this video from Nehemiah Reset. We hope you found it informative and helpful. Our mission is to assist Christians in developing a biblical worldview as it pertains to relevant cultural issues. We seek to inform Christ's followers, equip them, and mobilize them into action to vote for their biblical values and to actively engage the culture. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our Rumble, YouTube and Facebook channels. You can also visit our website at nehemiahreset.org to learn more about our vision, our resources, and our upcoming events. Thank you for your support and God bless you.